Hey, what's up everyone? For this video I will be sharing several news articles or bits of news with you. So first, regarding the Hawaii volcano. There are now dangerous levels of sulfur dioxide that are prompting health warnings in Hawaii. So dangerous levels of this sulfur dioxide are emitting from Hawaii now. Now yesterday there was a ferocious storm that left a path of damage, paths of downed trees, flooding, and power cuts across the area. This is from the Washington Post. So depending on where you live, there were a lot of storms. Yesterday we made it to 100 degrees as a real feel, and the actual temperature on Sunday, the air temperature, made it to 95 degrees in various areas of Tennessee. So the truck thermometer on the GMC Sierra truck said 95 degrees as the outside temperature. So as far as the weather, the storms today, storms are moving away from DC, but flooding and wind damage took place in its wake. There was a lot of flooding and a lot of wind damage. So what is Derico, and why might the Mid-Atlantic get hit with one? A rare May tropical storm, could actually form in the Gulf of Mexico this week. According to USA Today, there could be a tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. So the intense storms that are heading to the Mid-Atlantic might become a Derico. Here's what that means. Heavy rain, swift wind, and hail are poised to strike Washington, D.C. again in the Mid-Atlantic region, and this is one of the clouds that were shown in that region. So as intense winds, heavy rainfall, and hail are expected to strike the lower Mid-Atlantic areas and the central Appalachian Mountains on Monday evening, it could become a Derico, according to the National Weather Service. The risk of damaging winds is expected to continue and become potentially widespread. Now, a Derico, the Washington Post is reporting the storm is likely to hit between 6 and 8 p.m. This was yesterday, so that was the area affected. Dericos can be devastating storms. The word is Spanish for straight ahead, was coined in 1888 by meteorologist Gustavus Henriques. Gustavus Henriques, to distinguish the difference of the storms that are producing winds in a straight line that knock down trees. So basically straight line winds, and they knock down trees and buildings in the same direction from the storm that produced rotating winds that cause tornadoes. A Derico storm system is also distinctly wide and fast moving, causing wind damage for more than 250 miles, larger diameter than most hurricanes, with gusts faster than 58 miles per hour, pushing that fast along the path of its region. So that is, according to them, going to become more common. About 70% of these occur between May and August. Most of them originate in the central part of the United States when strong straight winds or straight line winds meet cool down drafts, and they seem to be becoming more common. So extreme weather in Indiana has actually killed over 70 people in a day. I haven't heard anything about that on the news, but that's definitely newsworthy. Extreme weather killing 70 people in a day in Indiana. Muggy temperatures continue. Storms and showers are going to be occurring in several places. Indiana's dust storms have been very deadly this year. Rainy weather and storms forecasted across the area of the United States. India's dust storms now, they say, are dozens have been killed as extreme winds are hitting the northern regions. So India is getting more dust storms. They've been getting quite a lot. That might not have said Indiana. Why India's dust storms are so deadly this year. Sorry. I didn't think Indiana got dust storms very often. I was wondering. So, correction. India getting extreme dust storms. They've had 4 or 5 major dust storms this year, so I'll keep you updated on that. Someone was also sharing with me how they had some hail that pretty much came out of nowhere. It was a sunny day, blue skies, then all of a sudden a major hailstorm took place, and it's just been crazy. But you can also, let's see here, see that tornadoes and hail are happening across the United States. Thunderstorms unleashing hail across the Front Range. Accumulations, they looked like spring snow. And several places in the United States actually have been getting snow, some very cold weather, teens, 30s, 20s for highs and lows, and then other areas experiencing extreme heat and extreme storms, and other places extreme moisture and rain. So it's like 3 seasons in one. It's like they said it's almost like summer, spring, and winter, all in the same country. So 3 inches in some areas of Douglas County, 3 inches of hail. So this is one of the images out of that area. So that's quite a bit of hail. It looks like snow. And this is in, let's see, where's this at? This is in northeastern Colorado, which they also did get snow in that area as well, in the mountains of Colorado, and some on the ground in the lower areas of Colorado. So the incredible hailstorm captured in Colorado, you can find this on AccuWeather. Storms with heavy rainfall, strong winds. Storms bringing powerful winds and hail, knocking down trees. So there's all kinds of storm news taking place. Now, new fissures have opened up in Hawaii, and even more dangerous levels now. It is now dangerous. So they said it was earlier, before it was not really dangerous, the amount that was rising, but now it is dangerous to humans, of these the amounts of sulfur dioxide releasing out of Hawaii. So these volcanic eruptions are spreading again, sending lava bombs, as they call them, 500 feet in the air. So officials are warning this largest Hawaii volcano eruption is imminent. So they're stating that the largest volcanic eruption they've seen is imminent. And AccuWeather 1 hour ago stated, is the Ring of Fire more active with volcanoes and earthquakes than usual? So I'll do a video about this next. Now, when asked whether or not that the Ring of Fire is becoming more active with volcanoes and earthquakes than usual, they try to claim that these earthquakes and volcanic activity has not become more active now. They said that what they're stating is that our technology is better in the way we monitor it, but they said the earthquakes and volcanic eruptions along the Ring of Fire have made some to believe that the level of activity in recent months is above average, but they said that this approximately 25,000 mile long horseshoe-shaped Ring of Fire outlines the Pacific Ocean and is known as for its chain of events of volcanoes and earthquakes, and the location of 90% of the Earth's earthquakes. So in February, if you remember, Mount Sinabung in Indonesia, I also reported on that as well, that the volcano exploded, coating nearby villages in ash and shooting a massive ash cloud about 3 miles into the air. Now that was not long after their 7.5 magnitude earthquake, which shook Papua New Guinea. It was one of the worst quakes in 1 century or 100 years. Experts say that these earthquakes, along with a string of other recent earthquakes and volcanic activity, aren't anything out of the ordinary for the notably active Ring of Fire. So they basically stated that there's always one or a few volcanoes acting up somewhere along the Ring of Fire, and there are frequent earthquakes as well. The main thing that has changed recently, they stated, is that we can measure these things all over this world and disseminate the information to the public very, very quickly. Previously, he noted only big earthquakes and volcanic eruptions were noticed and made the news. So the research done had been conducted, several different searches of earthquake activity, checking for the number of occurrences above the threshold magnitude 4.5, both worldwide and along in the Ring of Fire, also known as the Circum-Pacific Tectonic Belt. So they're trying to state that there haven't been an excessive amount of earthquakes, more than usual. So a glance through the data indicates that the variability by the next week seems to show that anywhere between 50 and 10 to 50 volcanoes were reported active in a given week, with anywhere between 11 volcanoes being newly active in that week. So, he said there may be geophysical reasons why more volcanic and earthquake activity may cluster in space and time. However, With the natural variability in such activity, it is hard to be convinced that minor groupings here or there have any geophysical significance. So that's what they had to state on this AccuWeather website. So that's the news for now regarding different occurrences regarding the weather or volcanic and earthquake activity taking place worldwide. I do want to state that for some reason, even when I go to my settings up here, you're supposed to be able to go to screen rotation, which you see in the middle there, and make the screen rotate or not. I can't do that. I have to open up a YouTube video, go full screen, and then immediately go to browser, not go to the home screen. If I go to the home screen, it will only be vertical. And that's weird. That's why that's why I can rarely make a video with my phone, and I can't use my phone very much, and I'm using it right now, but I can't use it very much because it doesn't want to charge, and I have to take the battery out and charge it. So it's been crazy, but my tablet is now totally messing up, and claims it goes from 100% down to 46, and when it gets to 44, it doesn't want to work at all. It just shuts off altogether. So some crazy things happening with the tablet and phone, but right now I'm using the phone for a little bit. So that's what they had to say about the earthquakes and volcanic activity along the Ring of Fire from AccuWeather. This is a statement from AccuWeather. But anyway, this was just posted a few minutes ago. But I just wondered, what do you think's going on with the phone where I can't turn it sideways? I can't make it horizontal. It only wants to be vertical or horizontal, and if it's that way, it stays that way. Even when I open the camera, it won't even turn sideways to take a horizontal picture. So I'm having to keep the phone vertical and open a YouTube video and make it go full screen before I can ever make the phone turn horizontal. So it's crazy. Anyway, that's all for this video. Just some various things taking place in the world around us. Peace and much love. Bye.